Hello and welcome to edition 6 of your Balkan Week. We took a week off because we had a semester break and now we are back. And I want to talk about foreign direct investment, a goal that many states pursue, and ways in which it can go right and some serious ways in which it can go wrong. All of the states in the region are seeking investment from different international sources, whether these are sources from the west of Europe, the United States, or from other parts of the world, in particular Russia, China, the Middle East. The goal of the investment is to increase income and to provide employment. Sometimes this works very well. It's worked very well in arrangement with several Turkish companies, which have been encouraged to open factories that will not be productive as a way of providing employment and giving a political victory to local power holders in exchange for being allowed to open ones that will be productive and will be profitable. So good deal all around. And sometimes it goes terribly wrong. In the news this week is an instance that is going terribly wrong. And this involves the Linglong tire company. This is a company based in China, large company worldwide. It has about 13,000 employees, and they make tires, car tires, truck tires, whatever kind of tires you might like. They have opened a factory in Zrenjanin in Vojvodina, in the northern province of Serbia, with the hope that it would employ about 500 people. And this factory does employ about 500 people, but they are not factory workers from Zrenjanin and the immediate area. What seems to have happened is that the company Linglong sent recruiters to Vietnam to recruit workers, again, about 500 of them. These are workers who pay a fee in order to be recruited, somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 United States dollars. When they arrive in Serbia, their passports are taken from them. They have no contracts. They are paid in cash. They are required to pay for their own working supplies and their own protective equipment, kept in lodging that is below the standard conditions for housing, and are subject to a number of other conditions, poor health and sanitary conditions, a condition that stipulates that if they miss a day of work in the month, then they are not paid for this month. That is to say that this is something equivalent to slave labor that is obtained through illegal trafficking. And as you can imagine, it's caused a tremendous scandal in Serbia. This was not the goal of trying to attract international investment. And what I want to say is that there have been similar cases. This is a case that deals especially with labor standards and with some illegal practices related to migration and travel. There have been similar cases involving environmental issues. Also in Serbia, very controversial, is an initiative by the Rio Tinto company to introduce an operation of lithium mining that would be destructive to local environment and especially to rivers. There are similar cases involving rivers that have been stopped by popular protest, whether it's for mining like this one or for energy. Not just in Serbia, but also in Bosnia and Herzegovina and in Albania. I mean, you look at this sort of relation to a global economic and political system, you could also draw a parallel to the ways in which Europe enforces its regulations related to migration. We all know there are large numbers of migrants, refugees trying to enter European territory. The control of this flow of traffic is generally pushed toward the southern and the eastern parts of Europe. That is, it is the states in this region that carry the burden of control and regulation of migration for the rest of Europe. One of the things that this points to, I mean, if we talk about migration, if we talk about the harmonization of policy as a way of participating in a larger political and economic system that is a representative of power, we need to understand the implications of occupying a semi-peripheral position in this system, a semi-peripheral position in the system of capitalism, a semi-peripheral position in the system of European governance. And one of the things that this often seems to mean is that states without the ability to enforce their own laws, to enforce their own priorities, are turned into a dumping ground for the problems that are created by these regulatory systems. And this is an issue that is going to appear in a whole lot of different ways, in a whole lot of different fields as we continue to follow the region.